is the location, because the Champagne region is quite a big region, and depending on the area where you produce your champagne, you can have a different style. And the area where Gardet and Puey-Jacquemart are located is just in between the two main towns of Champagne, Reims and Épernay. For example, in Reims you will find Tétinger, Lançon, Veuve-Clicquot. In Épernay you will find Mouette, and right in the middle, in between these two towns, you have a small mountain called Reims Mountain, and on the slope of this mountain you will find all the Premier Cru villages. Our villages, Chigny-les-Roses for Gardet and Lude for Puey-Jacquemart, are rated Premier Cru. Champagne works just like Burgundy. All the villages are rated. You can be a normal village, or you can be a Premier Cru village, or a Grand Cru village. This is depending on the quality of the underground and the sun exposure. So Champagne area is located north of France, and of course we have an issue with the climate. It's very cold in the winter, could be -15. In the summer, could be sunny, but it's most of the time raining as well. So we have an issue about maturation. So naturally, our grape in maturation are quite low in sugar. And the second issue is the underground. The underground is made of chalk. So if you have a lot of chalk, you know, the white stone, underground, it makes the style of the champagne very, very different. We have sometimes 12-15 meters deep of chalk, and the roots of the vines have to go that deep to find the water, to find their feeding, meaning that they are suffering getting the water that deep and going through the chalk. And this underground is also contributing to the taste of our wine in Champagne. So a lack of sun, a very cold weather, the underground, a very poor underground, makes Champagne unique and totally different compared to other regions of France or other regions producing sparkling wine in the world. And that's why Champagne is so different, because of the climate and because of the underground. So, as always in wine, we are going back to the main rule, the terroir notion. So the terroir is really the characteristic of the village. And in our village, Montagne de Reims, you will mainly find the two black grapes, Pinot Noir and Meunier. So Pinot Noir is going to bring the structure. When you taste Pinot Noir on a still white wine by itself, it is very powerful. It has a lot of taste. On the other hand, when you taste Chardonnay, the white grape, it is very clean, very mineral. And naturally, Chardonnay has a little bit more acidity. It has this tiny touch of citrus at the end of the mouth that is going to contribute to the champagne taste. And in between, you have Meunier, the second black grape, and Meunier is going to bring the fruit. Meunier is very smooth, and it's very nice to drink Meunier by itself when it's very young. It's very easy to drink. So in Champagne, we blend the three grapes most of the time. We also blend different villages. So we will have the grapes coming from our villages, but we also buy grapes to other growers to improve the blend and the quality of the champagne. And we also blend different years, because all of the champagne, most of them are non-vintage. So it means that we will have in the blend mostly by 80% just warm harvest, plus the wine coming from previous years, and we call this reserve wine. So blending the three grapes, blending different villages and blending different years, then we will be able to create our own style. That's why if you are used to drink Gardet, you will recognize your glass of Gardet. If you're used to drink Puey-Jacquemart or another name, you will be used to it, and then you have, I think most of the time, customers that are coming back asking for the same thing. That's because year after year, we want to reproduce the same style of champagne. So I'm not working on my own making the wine. I work with a winemaker, a female winemaker. Her name is Stéphanie at Gardet, and Laurence Prieux at Puey-Jacquemart. So they will be working in the winery, but the decision for the blend will be taken with, of course, my decision at the end, because that's really the most important decision in the year, the blend. Because year after year, then through the blend decision, you can reproduce the same style. So you have now Gardet Brut Tradition, which is the first champagne on your list. Mainly the two black grapes, that's the characteristic of our village. Mainly Pinot Noir, 45%, Meunier, 45%, and only 10% of Chardonnay. So from the nose and the beginning of the mouth, you will have this very fruity and smooth mouth to start with. And only at the end, you will get this tiny touch of citrus acidity that is coming from the Chardonnay. So with Brut Tradition, it's really easy to separate your different feelings you have through the tasting. Separating the characteristic of the Pinot Noir to start with, finishing with the characteristic of the Chardonnay at the end. You have this acidity remaining on each side of your tongue. That is coming from the Chardonnay. And that's what I call a good balance. If you have the same impression from the beginning until the end, I say, okay, that's a good wine. But if you can tell that it is a little bit different from the beginning until the end, that's what I call a good balance. And I'm sure all your customers will recognize this. So this champagne is ideal for aperitif because everyone is going to like it. The champagnes we're going to taste just after, you will see they are different because the blend is going to be different, and then you come to the taste of each customer. Some customers would prefer Pinot Noir, some other customers would prefer more Chardonnay. Here with Brut Tradition, you can be sure that everyone is going to like it.